Hey everyone, what is up? It is Digital Optimist here. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on Beyond the Den. Quick favor to ask, hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, that's going to allow me to attract top tier guests to provide you with the most value possible. Give me a follow over on X at Digital Optimist. Let's get started.
Go with hard for sure. Let's see how we go.
Do you want me to go hard?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh shit!
We did it with G-Funk before and it worked, so let's
All right,
let's
let's
hope it
roll.
works
Why
out.
not? I've got nothing else to lose. I'm so terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you
Uh,
can't go past the 20x rewards multiplier, so you got to go
yeah,
on hard.
I'm gonna need some, makeup points here too. Anyway, so that works out well.
Let's hope we get some good RNG on these brawlers.
Yeah,
So what do you want to go with? Like a stun build? I'm thinking at the moment that's kind of the meta. You struggle a bit if you don't run with something like Ravager or Tempest first
okay.
pick. What have you been trying in the past?
Oh boy, dude, that's an
Just
interesting question.
everything and anything?
This is where I go. I go here, and then I'm looking at these brawlers, right? And I see Cove, and I automatically get excited, mainly because of Benny,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Cove and Medic. But you also like Lone too, which you had mentioned.
Okay, well, I think the current meta, you probably like Cove's still strong, but I think you're better off with a stun meta. It's just more reliable than Cove. Cove is only, in my opinion, like worth running with if you're going for 2-star carapace, and then that just feels I don't know. I'm kind of risk averse. That feels too risky going for 2 stars.
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't
yeah,
want to base my. I don't like to base my go-to strategies on 2 stars because you know how you can upgrade your skills to 2 stars. It just seems too unlikely for me to want it to be like a reliable strategy. But I
yeah.
mean, some people love it and they use that as part of their strategy.
Sure, but that's you rolling the dice at that point, right?
Yeah, and like a lot of the time it does work out for people. I've seen, I can't remember who it was, but they got three 2-star skills in one game. I don't even know how that's possible. Like they
They
must have,
just they hit it right.
it must have been a 1 in a million chance of that happening.
That's crazy. All right.
So
So I'm looking at when I'm looking at these brawlers, obviously I have their health, their power, their speed, and then their armor, correct?
yes, yeah.
All right. And then I have their attribute skill here. And so when you have this page, you be like just in the mind of control here. So like when you see these brawlers, that is when you're typically like, okay, here's my strategy. This is the way I'm going to go. Or do you have it even before you see the list of your brawlers?
The list of brawlers that I get will determine what strategy. So you want to have, I don't know, 3 or 4 different strategies up your sleeve, depending on which brawlers you're offered. So I'll just explain how it works first. So they've all got those base stats that you just mentioned, and each brawler has their own unique combination of base stats. So like you'll see Lone has more health than Noxious, for example. She
Yeah.
has 50 more. But Noxious has more armor and they have the same power. So it's kind of that's their brawler stats, base stats, but then also the loadout that you assign to them impacts those stats as well. So if you were to pick Gearmaster, that'll give you more armor to start with. But if you were to pick Sharpshot, that will give you more power to start with. So see how those stats is changing there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what that does is it means certain brawlers are better with certain loadouts. So examples would be Cove is a good medic because she can apply burning to us. That's kind of its own complex build. I think Benny went through it with you,
Mm-hmm.
but just to keep it simple, Cove's a good medic. Uh, Noxious is a good gear master. So if you click on Noxious, you'll see, and then gear master, 82 armor plus the base skill gives you like 12 as well. So Yeah, he's a good gear master because, and the reason for that is a lot of the skills in gear master, their damage scales with your armor. So the more armor you have, the more damage you'll deal. So it's like you're killing two birds with one stone. You'll
Hmm.
have more survivability from the damage reduction that you get from armor, plus you'll do more damage. So that's why, yeah, he's a good gear master. And then Lone is like, she's a great sharp shot, which is that bottom right loadout that you've got over there. Reason for that is she's got high power. She's got good speed. So all the brawlers, most of them have 100 speed, which means off the bat, 0% cooldown reduction on your cast. But like mutants, for example, have 95, so they're actually 5% slower than the others.
Which is a big
Um,
deal.
it is a big, yeah, like 5% doesn't sound like much, but when it's a 1v1 at the start and you're up against a lone with 5% more cooldown reduction, especially with stuns and stuff, it kind of can swing the battle in Lone's favor.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so she's also a really good Ravager Lone because it scales, a lot of the skills scale with power. Plus, she has good health, so she's slightly tanky. She's probably the best Ravager, in my opinion.
Okay. You sound like you're selling loan for like a date or something. You're like, she's kind of swanky, you know?
I I honestly I reckon like the past week, 90% of my games I pick Lone. I just she seems to give me the best win rate.
Okay. So when you do see loan, right? So you say Ravager, or would you go towards sharp shot?
So for a first pick, I wouldn't go sharp shot, and that's because the current meta is like tanky stun brawlers. So that if you're sharp shot, if you go to sharp shot and then look here, I'll show you. See this here? That means that your base skill, which is the skill here that you can't replace, you automatically equip that. If you choose that loadout, you have to use that skill. And that takes up one of your three skill slots that you've
Okay.
equipped. So
Yep.
it has a range of 5, and that means that if you choose that loadout, Lone is going to opt to be 5 range away from the enemy. So she's going to keep running away to try and get her damage off. While
Yep.
they, especially if they're like Tempest Bones or something, he's going to chase you down and try and stun you. And then, like, the reason that that doesn't work well is because the game's designed to have a limit to the left and right of the arena. So there's like a wall, and then the ring of death starts coming in, and that does damage too. So you can't just infinitely kite someone out and just keep dealing damage to them. There's like strategy behind. You need to have enough damage to be able to kite them and kill them before you hit the ring of death.
Hmm.
And at the moment, it's just not really doable with the current meta. So you want to go for, if you can't beat them, join them. So you you build something that stuns.
Okay. So you're saying like either a Gear Master or a Ravager?
Yeah, I would go Ravager for sure. I just love
Okay.
Ravager. It's probably my favorite loadout just because of the way it looks and just
And
the
Tempest and
hammer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, it plays with your psychology too here.
Yeah,
Just from being
you
a
feel
bad,
like you're
you're
doing
like,
more
oh yeah,
damage.
yeah, 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 yeah. So you have medic. You wouldn't roll with medic. Um, Dragon doesn't do anything for you exciting.
So your options that could work for a first pick would be like you could do Cove Matic, but let's not go too cheesy.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, let's do something different. I like it. Yeah. So
so
okay. So you want to do Lone and Ravager?
yeah, you do have some other ones that could work, like Dragon could work, Tempest could work,
Yeah.
but Ravage is just more likely to
Okay.
get us to that 15.
Dude, remember, I'm brutal. My highest win number is 5. So if we can
Well,
get over
let's
that, I'll be
let's aim
happy.
to get over that. And we're on hard, so if we get over 5, I'll be happy.
Okay, cool. All right. So is this my base skill, sledge? Or is
Yeah.
okay. All
So
right. So
that's your skill that you can't take that away and put something else there. And yeah, so that's kind of the base skill is designed to set the tone for that loadout. So it forces you to be like a melee tank sort of if you choose Ravager. So if you
Okay.
chose Sharp Shot, that base skill has 5 range. You kind of forced to be a ranged shooter.
Okay. So for position here, what am I looking at? We're like, I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on the strategy, right? So if we're going like power, right,
Yeah.
we would want him up front or her up front.
Yeah, so it gets a bit complex at the higher ratings because there's a mechanic in the game where if two brawlers, like if you had another Ravager that started there at the start of the game, your brawler would jump there and they would jump there. Can you see these drawings?
Yes.
Yep. So then whoever has the highest speed will attack first. So that's this stat here. This is just like a complex mechanic that you don't really need to know, but it is interesting.
Am I looking cross-eyed at you right now?
No, no. So what a lot of people will do is they'll guess that their enemy is going to place their Ravager or Tempest in that first spot. So they'll place theirs back one. And then if you do that, you'll
Okay.
jump here. As soon as the battle starts, you'll jump here.
Yeah.
And then they'll jump here. And then there's only this one grid left in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the brawler that's going to jump into that grid is the one with the highest speed. So let's assume that they had higher speed and then they jump here. While they're doing that animation to jump there, you'll stun them with Sledge. So there's a lot of different, like, you don't need to worry too much about that until you
Okay.
get, like, but I'm just giving you an example of like how positioning actually matters and it's not just put them wherever.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of games where just guessing, like anticipating where your opponent's going to position actually wins you the battle.
Yeah. That is a whole
But
nother level. Yeah.
let's
Okay.
keep it simple
Sure.
for now, especially like round one.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much point in like messing around with your positioning. I would just go at the front here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then you're not leveling up right away. You're going right for shuffle, right?
Yeah, for sure. In this case,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
I would take this, right? I mean, if I was just playing by myself, I'd go, oh, wow. I got my sledge.
yeah, so it's all about efficiently managing how much of this you spend and what value you get out of it in terms of damage, survivability, healing, whatever. So if you buy that,
Yeah.
the only way you're going to get any value out of it for this next battle is if you get another role that gives you Sledge, because that's the only
Okay.
way you can upgrade it to. You need 3 of the same to upgrade it to a 1-star. So you
Mm-hmm.
could, I would buy it and just risk it. And if it doesn't work
Okay.
out, you might just have to tank this first one because you just didn't get the cards that you wanted.
Yep.
Like
So let's
folding in poker, you just like, oh, I didn't get what I needed.
sure.
I'm going to play it safe, and
And
then I'm going to.
hope that you win. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't, then you're in a better position the next round. Well, you got lucky anyway, so you might
Yeah.
still win.
All right. So boom. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then you're just gonna have to battle and hope that you don't come up against like a Ravager that got shock and barrier or something.
Okay. Which could very likely be the case,
We'll
especially
see.
in hard. So is the opponent, they could have that strategy, right? They could be like, all right, well, if they're rolling for 1-star, he's got 1-star. Shoot.
Yeah, see, his first shuffle must have been 2
Yeah.
sledges and that, so he got a pretty good roll at the start there. You might still win because you've got 5 extra cooldown, so it could be close. See how you've cancelled all of his casts because of your stun? It's like
Wow.
perfectly timed.
Wow.
He's kind of coming back, so I think you've got him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why loan's better because of that 5% cooldown that I was telling you about.
Huh. Yeah, that's a big difference
Yeah,
right off the
that
bat. Okay.
just 5% difference in cooldown can like change the whole sequence of a stun lock, like change the whole battle. So
Cool.
definitely that's why with Ravager you want to get this to 150 as soon as you can.
Okay. All right, so I'm kind of based on the skills that or the strategy that I'm going for. These two, I'm not really rolling with, right? That's not something I'm looking for, or
It's up to you. So if you mouse over here, you'll be able to see down a little bit where yep, right there. So you'll be able to see what you're looking for. So
okay,
I would look for this barrier or
okay,
this, and you've got barrier, so I would go with barrier. It just depends. My decision to go with barrier would be based on what the cards gave me, and it gave me barrier. So instead of
okay,
wasting more on shuffles, you may as well
okay,
go with what you've got.
okay. All
I
right,
wouldn't
and
go for
then
that.
now, how come you wouldn't go for explosive shot if that is the attribute skill? So wouldn't you want
So
that?
it's strong in certain scenarios, but for this particular strategy, it would just be not it just doesn't lend itself well to this like tanky stun lock build that we're going for. I think shock is just a better option for what
Okay,
we want.
yeah.
Um,
So sticking to the
this,
plan.
yeah, exactly. Like the explosive shot, strong, but for this build, doesn't
Okay.
make sense.
All right, so we're shuffling again.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
you want shock. There we go. This one. So what it
So
does is it's got 5 range on it, and it stuns the furthest enemy in range and deals damage to them. And it's just got a really long stun duration, so it's super powerful.
okay.
Now, what you could do is this is just like an example of trying to manage your AP.
Yep.
Um, you could shuffle and like realistically, what are you going to do if you shuffle? You might get another shock, but then if you buy that, you're down to 2 AP and you didn't get anything out of it.
Yep.
So in this scenario, you're happy with the skills that you've got, they're strong. I would try and level up twice before I go into this next battle and hope that the person I'm versing was like a degen trying to shuffle for other skills and they wasted
Okay.
some AP. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the build that we're going for, you want to max out speed as fast as you can. So this
Okay.
one,
And when
and then
you
go.
get to that max number, which is what? What is the max number for is there a cap on that for speed?
There's no cap on, so mouse over speed, and you'll see it's got 2 components to it. So it affects your movement speed and the skill cooldown. So the skill cooldown's capped at 50%, which is when you get 150 speed, but the cells that you move like throughout the movement speed is uncapped, I'm pretty sure. So you could just keep upping your speed, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more after the cooldown reduction. I don't think the movement speed is that useful, especially if you're stun locking them. They're not moving anyway, so you don't really need to chase them.
Okay. Interesting. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm gonna level up again then, right?
Yeah, go for it. See if you get another speed. No. So in this case, you can either, it's kind of much of a muchness here with power and armor for this particular loadout because the armor is going to reduce damage taken by all sources, whereas the power is just going to increase damage that this one brawler does with sledge and shock.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I would probably just go um, with the power because I just like
Yeah.
doing high damage. Just
Yeah, and
trying
it
to,
seemed it seemed like that worked well too in that last round, right?
yeah, yeah. And just
Right.
like a
So
quick explainer on how that level up works. There's obviously four different stats um, that it can offer you up, and it can only give you 2 of the 4. So it's completely random which
okay.
stats it offers you.
Okay. So there's only
And the
4 of them.
amount of that stat that it offers you is based on the brawler and the loadout. So if you were bones, it's going to offer you more health than if you were
Sure.
noxious. Yeah.
Okay. So she's running, but we stunned her. Boom.
Yeah. And yeah, this is the schema loadout. Not a great first pick. It's a good third pick, like third draft brawler. It's very it's got like silencers that silence the whole team, but it's just a not a very strong first pick. So that's
Okay.
an easy win. Let's go for 15 no losses. That that would be good.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Um, okay, so now because you've got 11 AP, go for the gamble and see if you can get a 1-star shock because it
Okay.
increases the stun duration by half a second.
Okay.
And if you don't get it, it's just bad luck.
Okay. So this is, I wouldn't just stick with getting these, right?
Yeah, if you spend AP, even if it's just one skill by accident, it's the difference. But that's 2 AP because if you then went, oh shit, I'll sell it.
Mm-hmm.
You sell it for 1 AP, you've wasted 2 AP, and that's the difference. That could be the difference between like a win
Yeah.
and a loss, and then
Yeah.
that snowballs into you missed out on an extra AP because you got that loss, and like it just adds up.
Yeah. Boom. So
Okay,
this is, yeah, I
you
want to
didn't
roll
get
with
shot,
this.
but yeah, I wouldn't have like wouldn't have been trying to go for barrier, but because it's popped up from your shuffle, you want to
Mm-hmm.
make the most of the RNG. So I would take that.
Okay. So take both of them, right?
Yeah. And then I'd go for a level up
Boom.
and hope for speed.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
We got max health and
Unlucky.
armor.
I'd go health in this case. It offers more survivability than the armor,
Okay.
just in this particular case, because
Man, you're
there are
dude,
some.
you're literally like 15 steps ahead. Your mind is thinking like, because it's like, well,
I've done,
why control? Why is that the case, dude? And you're like,
I've done it
well,
enough times. I
yeah,
just know
yeah,
instantly what to click. Yeah.
yeah. All right, so he has no stars. Is
He
that
has
that's
no stars, and yeah, it should be an easy win, especially with your 1-star barrier. See, look how your shield keeps going up. I'll see if I
yeah.
can circle it. Yeah, this here.
Okay. So that's the shield. Man, these guys, we're just steamrolling people right now. Dude, I had one of my best friends from high school I grew up with. He was the best at the worm.
Oh, really?
He's unbelievable. He actually did that across graduation stage, which is
Oh,
ridiculous.
wow. Crazy. I remember doing it as a kid. We used to love it.
Yeah, yeah. All
I
right,
feel
so
like I would hurt myself.
I'm not even looking at a second brawler yet. Things are
I
going
wouldn't.
well, right?
I think if you came up against someone, because obviously you're versing people who are at the same, they submitted their battle at the same round as you're up to. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Like,
Yeah,
so there is the potential that you come up against someone who decided to spend 10 AP on a brawler,
yeah, but you don't
but
think
because it reduces
that's
by
smart.
5 each time,
Yeah,
you may as well save it. And I think you're in a position where you'd be able to 2v1 someone that does that anyway.
sure. All right,
So
so I'm
yeah,
shuffling again, or
yeah, go for that 1-star shock. Let's see if we can get lucky.
so nothing there. Still shuffling.
No. Yeah.
Man, we keep getting
It
these
happens.
explosive shots. Yeah, and you just keep rolling.
Sometimes you just gotta go full degen and there you go. So you'll
Okay,
grab that and then you'll have one more shuffle and hopefully get another one.
so I want to grab this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Now you shuffle again and hope that you get another one. And you did. There you go.
look at that.
That's
Oh,
pure luck.
dude, this is
That's a good
like,
roll.
yeah. And I'm not moving my guy. I know obviously I don't want to get ahead of my skis here, but you're not thinking about moving them. Things are going well, right? Just
I
as
think
far as position.
yeah, I reckon at this rating, I wouldn't worry about it. Actually, you're about to see an example. He's going to stun you because you're going to jump in first. Ready? So
Yep.
you got cancelled. All your stuff just got cancelled, but that's not going to matter anyway. I think you still win. But yeah, that's an example of how they positioned one back. Didn't expect it.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's that tornado kick, right? That he's doing, how I'm getting
yeah.
stunned like that. How do I shorten my stun time? Is that speed or no?
You can't shorten. You don't
Okay.
have crowd control reduction. It's not a mechanic in the game. So
Hmm.
you just if they throw a stun at you for 2 seconds, you just got to sit it for 2 seconds.
Aha. See, I thought that I thought you could, and I'm like, I gotta up this speed.
No, so that just
Yeah.
speed just reduces. So what you want to do now is just go for full level ups. Don't worry about drafting another brawler. If you get
Okay.
lucky and get some speed
Okay.
up here, let you shuffle, do these level ups.
Oh shit. Sorry.
It
All
doesn't
right.
matter. It's only one
No,
AP.
no speed,
Uh,
armor, power,
grab some
power,
armor. Grab
armor.
some
Okay.
armor for the damage reduction. Reason it works really well. I don't want to get too math nerdy on this one, but uh, if you mouse over armor, it gives you damage. So go up a bit. Yeah, gives you damage reduction. So the more damage reduction you have, the more like the better that works with heals and shields, because it's like you're constantly increasing your health when you get healed because it
Hmm.
gets topped up. So it's like the time to kill that brawler increases the more damage reduction you have. It's hard to explain, but there's a lot of math behind it.
Hmm.
You just yeah, if you've got barrier, you want to go with some damage reduction.
Okay. So we're picking barrier here too, or no?
No, and the only way you would pick that is if you wanted to go for 2-star barrier,
Yeah.
which requires another 6 barriers. So bit of a
Okay.
bit of a gamble, in my
Gamble.
opinion. It's too risky.
So then you're just leveling up in this case.
In this case, yeah, I would just be going for speed and just praying. I'd go power because you've already done armor, and it's the damage reduction from armor increases like on a diminishing curve. The more armor you get for each new unit of armor is less damage reduction than the previous unit, if that makes
Oh
any
my,
sense.
oh my God.
I,
That's awesome. I
I don't
love that.
I don't know how technical to go, but there's just so much depth.
I just started foaming at the mouth. No,
I'll
I
try
love
and
it. I
explain
love
it.
it. But that's the depth that people can go, and that's what's so cool
Yeah,
about it. Yeah,
exactly.
that's
I'll
awesome.
give you some like basic tips, but then there's some like
Yeah.
in-depth stuff too. Like there's an easier way to explain it would be going from 20 armor to 30 armor is going to give you a lot more damage reduction than going from 100 armor to 110. So both were
Okay.
10 difference in armor, but the damage reduction you get from that is reduced if you had more armor to begin with.
Okay. Got it.
It's to
Yep.
stop you from being able to like infinitely scale
Sure.
up to
Yeah.
get like 100% damage reduction and not be able to die.
Aha. Love that. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For all the idiots out there, that makes sense. It does. I like the way you put that. That's good. That's the power of a true genius to be able to simplify it. That's for sure. So we're going level up here. Oh, look at my speed, baby. Speed.
There we go. Yeah. And just for anyone wondering, it's a 50, if you're going for speed, it's a 50% chance for it to show up because there's 3 out of 6 combinations of the skills of the stats that could show up when you level up. So
Okay.
if
So
there
if
was
you
a
don't
time
get
the
it,
other,
you're really unlucky.
pretty much, yeah, the other day I did 9 level ups. I wanted speed and I got it 0 times. And I worked out that that's a 0.2% chance of happening.
You're sitting there like rocking in the corner, being
Yeah.
like just
I was
crunching
like, this
numbers.
this is bullshit. I think I forfeited that one.
All right, so I'm going right into the battle from here, right?
Yeah,
I'm saving that. You can't use that one AP anyway, right?
exactly.
Just
You may as
carrying
well.
it
And then
over.
what you're hoping for is a win, and then you'll get 11 instead of 10 AP. So that'll get you to 12, and then you've got 4 level ups worth. So then you'll be like as strong as you possibly could for the next battle.
Again, you're just, thinking 10 steps ahead. I love it.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, it's true.
But the beauty of it is the glyco system. If you wanted to just be chilling out, casually playing, you'll stay at like a rating where that's feasible. Like you'll just verse people that are doing the same thing, and you can still challenge yourself on hard, even if your glyco is low. Like it's not like you need to become a pro Titan 3 player.
Yeah. But that's what they want you to, right? I mean, you keep telling yourself that internally. You're going, I got to get to that Titan, especially if you're competitive. So
Exactly. I've always been like that. Every game I've played is just
yeah,
how can I get the best at this?
yeah, you're fueled by it. Okay, cool. So where are we now? So I'm if I bring on this early this free brawler in this sense, I'm not going to have as many chances to double up, right?
So what do you mean by that?
Doesn't that, so if I bring in a new brawler, does that
Hmm.
diminish the amount of rolls I get in my inventory, right?
Okay, so yeah, so regardless of how many brawlers you've got, only five of these. So you've got nine slots. So like three, three, three.
Yep.
Only five of the nine can populate with a skill when you shuffle. So obviously, if you've got one brawler, five can populate, but you've only got three. So three will. And then if you've got two brawlers, only five of the six will, and it's completely random. So you might get two over here and three over here. Like
Okay.
it's just completely random. There'll be one slot missing. And then if you have three brawlers, obviously five of the nine. So yeah,
Okay. That
it
makes sense.
reduces the chances that you're going to get the skills that you want. But we don't have to worry about that because we've already got our 3 1 stars. We don't even need to worry about shuffles on this brawler anymore. All we want to
Okay.
do is get this brawler to 150 speed. Um, I I would risk it and try and get that brawler to 150 before I even bothered drafting. Just see
Okay.
how you go. I would just level it up and just
Okay.
go for it. There
There
you
we
go.
go. Speed.
And the
Okay.
reason is that that's probably not a good strategy for a lot of loadouts, but with this one, this skill stuns the first brawler that you're enemy on the enemy team, and this one stuns the back line. So if you're in a 2v2 or even a 2v1, you're controlling both brawlers. That's why I love Ravager so much.
Jeez. Control. Are you human or are you a robot? What's happening here?
Just a huge nerd.
That's great. I love nerds. All right, so definitely a nerd. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to level up, right?
Yeah,
And just
go for it.
hope for
Just
speed.
risk it.
Look at
There
that
we go.
shit.
Perfect. You
Look at
got one
that.
more opportunity because you're level 9. You can only get to 10. So let's just hope.
Yep.
There we go.
Look at that.
Couldn't have worked
Look
out
at it.
better.
Yeah.
And
And then I'm bringing
and
my
now
brawler in.
just yeah, grab a brawler, just chuck it there, and I would go. Oh, perfect. You're getting some good luck this
Badass.
game. This Fury's a badass. Grab him, and go
Yeah.
Lotus. And the reason is uh Lotus. This loadout over here, this one right there. It scales. So what you want is this skill. It's called Haymaker.
Okay. Oop.
Scales really well with power, and you're missing health. So you want a brawler that has high health and high power. So that's Fury is just your best option there for sure.
Okay. So, but what about okay, high health and high power. So he's 305. Okay, yeah. And
And
why
look, it just depends on the strategy that you want to run with too. Like if
sure.
you decided, oh, I want to run, you could also put Fury Sharp Shot behind, or Noxious Sharp Shot would work as well.
Okay. But I like staying with the big boy here. Yeah.
Yeah, big boy with a Haymaker. Everyone loves Haymaker. It does a lot of damage.
Yeah. And for
And
placement, I want him in front, right? Because he's going to be taking the brunt of the damage.
no, so if you mouse over the base skill, it has a range of 2. So
Okay.
what you want, and you can see that just up here, that circle work.
Okay.
So you
So
want to put the Fury behind the Ravager, behind the Lone. And the
okay.
reason is he'll still be doing damage, and then chuck both of them up one as well. May as well.
Okay. So bring him up one and then move him up.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You just want to run in at the start and try and do as much damage as you can. Let's not worry about the Tempest trick with the positioning.
Okay. So I'm gonna shuffle my skill here to try to get
Uh,
him.
you, I would just so your options now are to shuffle now or wait till after the battle. And I just I don't know if it's OCD or what, I just prefer to do it after the battle in case my decision changes for whatever reason. Because you're not going to be able to buy anything if you shuffle now anyway. You'll only have 2 AP left.
Okay. Would you
So
level up then?
um no, because you don't have enough. you don't have any, you want to get these skills as quick as you can, and you can't do that till next round anyway.
And might as well
Because that's
save
going to
the
be,
3.
yeah, getting these skills filled is more value than a level up
Okay.
at that point. Because, yeah, this is
Okay.
more of a power spike in terms of the damage you'll deal or the healing or whatever you go with.
Okay. So I'm going right
That's
to
more
battle.
effective. Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
I don't want to do anything messed up here. You'd be like, dude, you ruined it. You hit the shuffle button.
See, if you leveled up your Fury just then and gave him, I don't know, 7 power or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's that really doing? Like compared to buying another skill next round that could give you 100 damage on a cast. Like it's a massive difference.
Okay.
That's not
So
to
this
say
should
leveling
be
up's
interesting.
pointless. It's just like you're just trying to weave them in to where it's going to give you the most value.
Dude, just crushing them. And they. So is it because we have all those? I mean, obviously, it's positioning. It's all of our skills that we have. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but like the fact that they're all 1-starred, I think that that's huge, right?
It's just the strategy we've put together is just better than what you're coming off against. It's just as simple as picking a good strategy plus efficiently spending AP so that you've got that strategy at its strongest point for each battle that you're going to.
Hmm,
Yeah,
it's cool. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle up, right?
yeah, go for it. See if you can get what you want is 2 haymakers.
All right, didn't get it there. I'm gonna shuffle.
And obviously you can experiment. Like when you when you don't have me backseat gaming, like you can just buy whatever and like see what works. Like it's not like haymaker is the right answer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just works better with what we're building here.
yeah. So and then hyperspeed, we're not worried about that, right?
The reason we're not worried about it is because we already got our Ravager to 150. If you got bad RNG on those level ups and
Okay,
you only got to 120 or something, then that would be your backup plan.
okay. Come
And that's
on.
another reason why I like getting Lotus second because it's got access to hyper speed. So if your strategy on that speed for your Ravager doesn't work out, you've got a backup idea.
Okay. So just keep shuffling.
Yep, you just sometimes you just get unlucky and yeah, there you go,
Okay.
you got one.
So grab that guy.
So
And,
I think a lot of people would grab this, but I wouldn't. Um,
hmm,
I'd like to go for like reliable 1-star builds and maxing out levels, but a lot of people like going for 2 stars
because you're
because
gambling. Yeah.
yeah, and if you do pull it off and you get the 2-star, it's like not a guaranteed win, but
But we're
you're
doing good,
super
right?
strong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd just rather play it safe and like
Yeah.
I've had games where I've tried to go for a 2-star and ended up spending like 40 AP shuffling and just getting
Yeah.
nothing out of it.
Sure. What would you do here? Now, would you level up or
Um,
would you try to get another haymaker?
yeah, I'd degen it and go for the double shuffle and hope. I just hope on this next shuffle you get it, and if you don't, doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
So you could go for vitality, so that middle one is really strong.
Okay.
Um,
We do want to keep our health up, correct?
yeah, it could honestly. Let's just do it because it's what the RNG gave you.
Okay.
You just buy that, and then let's just go for a 1-star haymaker when we can.
Wow.
So you're kind of changing your like. I had an idea, like let's go for double haymaker. If you don't get it, yeah, you got to have different backups,
Yeah. Yeah. You got to
ways
be
to
able to
deal with
pivot.
what you get. Yeah.
Okay. So immediately you're looking here, right? You're seeing, I don't know, I'm seeing 1-stars. This
Yeah.
is, but we got to see how this plays out though, too, right? See, that
I'm
speed of
seeing
150 is serious, dude.
exactly. That's why we do it because this guy, this lane at the back, a lot of damage, but stunned half the game because of our shock on such a low cooldown. So
She's toast.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Wow. And this is on hard, man. This is cool. I could see, it becomes addicting too, the more you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is hard at I don't know what rating. I think you're where'd I see it?
I
I
was
don't know.
probably last
Bruiser.
place, whatever that is.
Bruiser or something, I think. So this is hard it's relative to your skill level. So
Ah, okay.
you're playing on hard against like the people you're versing are slightly higher rated than what you are, but
Okay.
you're being coached by like if I was playing on hard, it's against Titan threes who play the
Yeah,
same sort of builds, and it's like so hard for me is just as hard for you,
sure.
or it
Okay.
should be around the same. So it's all relative, and that's how the
Okay.
reward system works. It tries to reward you based on the challenge you take on, not
Yeah.
necessarily like just because you're Titan 3, you don't just rake it all in. It's based on like how much you take on, like how much challenge
Yeah.
you take on.
It's fair at that point.
Yeah.
You can't really argue with it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep shuffling.
Yeah, go for it. See if you get that.
All right,
There you
there's
go.
it.
There's a haymaker.
Okay. Shuffle. Oh, what is this one?
That one can be good. So see how it pushes them back one grid if they're within two grids of you. So
Huh.
I've seen people like Andrew will put that on their Lotus in this where you've got yours. But what it does is if your front line here gets stun locked by like a Tempest or something, then this key burst or chi burst, however you pronounce it, will bump the person that's stun locking you back one, and then it'll like interrupt that sequence of stunning. So you kind of like reset the stun, and then you can stun lock them. It's kind
Hmm.
of like a cool little strategy I've seen some people try.
Yeah, yeah. I like it.
Yeah, otherwise you can just get stun locked and you keep getting all these
I know,
key
dude.
bursts, but oh
So
well.
I'm leveling up here, or I'm still
Do
going
another
one
shuffle.
more.
You've still got one more.
Come on.
Didn't get it. Well, I still think so. Obviously, if you leveled up right now, that's the best option for this next battle. But then you've
Mhm.
got to think, am I likely to win the next battle anyway? If I am, then why not save
My
my
AP.
my AP and try and get these skill upgrades for the battle after, and then you're even stronger for that next battle, if that makes
Okay.
sense. So you kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
and even sometimes you'll even just it's smarter to just opt like throw a battle and know like I'm probably going to lose this next one, but it means that in the one after that I'm going to be
Sure.
not twice as strong, but stronger than what I would have been otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. So roll. I'm gonna just go right into the battle at this point.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
There was a key wave there that you could grab next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How,
so I'd go for that as well.
how you doing on time? It's
Oh,
like
I'm fine. Yeah,
9:25 now. I just want to be respectful of that. So
not completely fine. I'm free as long as you need.
it's cool.
I got all my meetings and stuff out of the way this morning, so we're all good.
Yes. So you're basically then just full time right now
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this. That's so cool,
This could
man.
be a close battle. This is
Come
a
on.
strong build.
Shit. No, we
Oh,
got
lucky.
one. Come on.
Oh
Ah,
wow. No, we didn't get the perfect round.
jeez.
Shit.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that
So
came down. We
close.
kind of chalked it up to a possible loss there,
True.
right?
See, if maybe that's a good point. If you did level up, maybe would have won that one. But it's just you were taking we were
Yeah.
taking like a gamble of like, do we maybe throw the next one and then hope for so now you've got the haymaker. And then now you've got 9 left for the level ups that you wanted to do before. So you could go for
Nice.
9, 3 times speed if you get lucky.
Okay, so stay with I want to go with this guy, right? I'm leveling him up.
Yep. I would see if I can get some speed.
Speed.
And
There
if you
we
don't get
go.
speed, I'd go for health. And then if you don't get either of them, I'd go for power.
Okay.
And that's because the haymaker scales with power for damage.
Okay. One more.
And yeah, to answer your question before, full time, uh, with PB, yeah, just marketing, data analytics, and just constant comms with community and helping with the rollout of BattlePlan, just
Yeah,
helping people with strategy, helping them on board, understand the game,
so cool, dude.
all
Now,
that stuff.
were you in gaming prior to this?
Not like working in it, but I've always gamed.
Yeah.
Growing
Y-
up, yeah, for sure, but not as like a role or anything.
You ever imagined yourself in a role like this?
I always wanted it, but I never thought it'd happen. So it's really
It's
cool.
awesome. Yeah. So cool,
Yeah,
dude. Wow, we just crushed him on that. That speed was huge. The haymaker was huge, right?
yeah.
That's cool.
I
Yeah,
had
man.
no chance.
I really want to get to a point where I'm full time Web3. You know,
Yeah, it.
content creating, or I have a business development background, so I'm like, I really want to bring, you know, my knowledge and skills to this platform. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
It's
cool.
all I
Like
think about.
it was just a process for me. Like it was
Yeah. You started
start off
modding, like you
slow,
said. Yeah,
yeah, and then just transitioned. It took a couple of years, but
sure.
eventually it just fell into place. Like as long as you just keep going at it, like it'll eventually work out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so you've got that other brawler as an option,
Okay.
and why I would take it, and you're not going to be able to get any skills on it because you'll only have 3 AP left. But I would take it because, well, for me, I would think if I come up against a Cove medic with 2-star carapace, that means that it spreads burning to your um to 2 random brawlers. So the more brawlers you have, the less likely it is to hit the same 2 and kill you fast. So it's like spreading the damage. So it can be worth it just to
It's
chuck a
like
brawler
generations of her. It's like her children. You're just gonna spread to everybody,
in.
just mess everybody's world up. That's funny.
um
All right, so Cove. All right, and then we're
no,
going
don't no, I
with
was saying if you burst the
oh
Cove, I would
oh
in this
okay
case, your build, I
okay
would go Noxious
okay
sharp shot. Sharp shot's a fun build because you get there's a skill in there called Bounty Hunter and it gives you
okay.
extra AP if you win.
This one.
Yeah. And that extra AP is just super like strong for leveling up and maxing out all your speed and power.
So okay, so it gives you more AP when you win.
Yeah, I'll show you. So you reposition your brawlers, chuck that. I'll show you another example of positioning. So put Lone at the front and then Fury behind, and then your where are we? 3, 4, 5. So you want Noxious here. Well, this is where I would put him because um, see this skill, precision shot, has a
Yeah,
range of 5.
yeah,
So when the battle starts, it'll be on cooldown for half of the cooldown. So it'll be on cooldown. I think that's a bug right now, actually. It'll be on cooldown for 1.25 seconds at the start of the round. So that means he's going to move forward 1 to get into range. And most people will start their brawler over here. And then at the start of the round, they'll run to this spot. So as soon as the game starts, your Noxious will run forward 1, their brawler will run forward 1, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grids between you, and he'll start shooting straight away. So it's a way to save, even if it's half a second, and you deal half a second more damage. It's just an extra leg up on your opponent.
hmm.
So
Interesting.
positioning, not positioning is not the most important thing, but it's definitely
Yeah,
just an extra edge that you can have.
when you're at this level too, for sure.
Yeah.
So we would probably level up here and hope for a speed, or
You
would you go into battle?
you could level up, but you did just spend 5 AP on a brawler that there's
Yeah.
a chance that the opponent didn't do that. So you might just get into a 3v2 and easy win.
Okay. So
So
just
I
go
would
into
just
them.
battle.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, sometimes you just take the risk battle and then you want to go for those bounty hunters here that next round and just save that AP for that.
Yeah.
because the sooner you can get them, the bigger of a spike it is for your damage. Okay, so you should be fine. They don't have any 1 stars.
Yeah.
So see how Noxious just jumped straight in and started doing damage straight away because of the positioning. He didn't waste any time like running back or forward
Sure.
grid spaces or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's a killer build too. Okay. Interesting. So that felt good.
That was an easy win. Yeah, I don't
And we
know how
have
much
14.
I'm going
Yeah.
into so much detail, but it's like that's just there's a lot of detail to it. So
Sure, there is. And I
if people
think,
want to learn like the super in-depth stuff, then
yeah, dude, you could literally run like a one-on-one course. You could run a, maybe you charge like GG, or maybe just G Funks. All right, I'm just going to compensate. I'm going to compensate control for this stuff, because it essentially is
yeah.
onboarding, and it's getting people more hooked into the game. That's for sure.
I have a few people have suggested like I just turned my Twitter into a battle plan strategy like coaching service type thing.
Sure. It could get to that point, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
it'd be awesome. I love playing it. I love teaching people. So
yeah, for sure.
grab
You're good
this
at it.
precision shot that you've got on the left here. So
Okay.
hopefully you get that to 1 star. Not the end of the world if you don't.
This
Okay.
is acid
So that's his
blast.
attribute skill. Quite strong, but the reason I don't go for it in this case is because see how it targets the furthest enemy?
Yep.
Well, precision shot targets the closest enemy. So you don't want to be just like casting precision shot and then casting acid blast, spreading your damage when the acid blast is like taking up an animation cast time that instead could have been spent casting another precision shot. And you want to kill the first brawler, not always the first brawler, but you want to kill a brawler as quick as you can in most strategies, because that obviously reduces the damage output from them complete. Like it,
Okay.
yeah, it's the
Okay.
quicker you can kill one of theirs. So if their strategy is to like slowly spread damage across your whole team and with like fireworks or something, that's a good strategy. But if you can kill one of their brawlers quicker than they can spread all that damage, you're just in a better position to win that
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah. Just strength over numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
All
So
right.
I
So
just
I'm
go
gonna
for another shuffle.
yeah, shuffle.
Sorry if I'm just getting too into the
No,
details.
you're not at
But
all. You
grab
have me.
grab
You
this.
have me, and obviously there's more questions, but I'm kind of I'm picking up what you're laying down. I just
Yeah,
may
awesome.
look really dumbfounded, so that's just my normal look, just my face. All right,
No,
so
no, not even that. I just get carried away talking about this stuff.
no,
Go
it's all
go
good.
for key wave here because you might
Okay,
get a. So now you just got to hope for on this next 2 shuffles. Hope for a. No, you didn't get what you wanted. Try again. All right. So we got a bounty hunter. So grab that. This one over here.
which one is that? This one?
Yeah, and then see how if you mouse over it, it just gives you flat power. So it's basically like a level up. You just get more power to do more damage with your precision shot, but it also, yeah, gives you extra AP when you win. So hit battle and see how you go.
Is that the only brawler that you get extra AP with?
For now, yeah, as far as yeah, for this season it'll be Bounty Hunter. I think it's the only one
Huh.
that has that mechanic. There's another one that has a similar mechanic where when you sell the skill, it's called Pulse Core. You sell the skill and it gives back. It's basically a free skill. So you buy it and it'll sell for as much as you bought it for.
Interesting.
Whereas the other skills you buy for 3 AP and sell for 1. So you're losing 2.
It's crazy. Yeah, there goes one. There goes two. Come on, bring it on. What are these clowns doing? We're steamrolling.
We were so close to a perfect run.
Yeah.
That psyche build was so good. The shadow step killers.
Yeah. How often do you see perfect rounds?
Oh, where was that tweet that we did? Um, it's very rare. Like I think there was three or something. Like
Okay.
the top person had three
Yeah.
perfect runs and all of on chain. That's like a month worth of gameplay.
That's
So
crazy.
grab that
Oh,
car when you
shit.
get it.
Shit.
It doesn't
Sorry.
matter.
I got
Like
crazy.
that. It's one of the weaker skills that you've got, so it doesn't matter.
All right. So I'm continually shuffling though, right? Because I want
Yeah.
to.
You either want another bounty
There
hunter
we
or you
go.
want, yeah,
There we
this one.
go.
Nice.
Okay.
I
I still have a
would,
decent amount of AP.
yeah, I would just shuffle and hope for another bounty hunter. If you don't get it, maybe focus on leveling next.
Okay. So, and you'd probably level, or would you
You
level the demon to 120 or
you've still got
150?
two shuffles if you want before you
Okay.
worry about
Okay.
leveling. Go
No.
again. See how we go. Okay.
No.
I would,
Hope for speed.
yeah, just level up that Fury in the middle. See, there's not really a
There we
right
go.
answer there. There you go. You got it. It is kind of risky because you could level the spending 3 AP and then you could have got power and armor, and it's just not gonna have enough of an impact for that 3 AP to be worth it there.
Okay. So
But then the
it
same thing
paid off
applies to
there,
shuffle.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same concept applies to shuffling. If you shuffle and don't get what you need, you're obviously wasting AP as well.
This looks like a pretty serious build out.
Yeah, it's not bad. They got impact, that's gonna do a lot of damage. There you go. And they
Yeah.
had this at the start. They've got you, I think. It's a
Huh.
strong build.
Yeah. Please leave me alone. Yeah. That was the
Well,
first
nice.
loss we've had that we've gotten smacked, but
Yeah, that was a
okay. So
absolute smashing.
when you experience a loss like that, do you go, all right, slow down? Does that put a dent in what you're doing, or do you just
Well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit, what have we done wrong? So I
sure,
think the way we could have maybe competed against that is if we positioned all our brawlers back at the back three grids because they had a skill called strategist, which silences all of your brawlers for the first 4.5 seconds of the battle. So that's why we ran in at the start and basically did nothing for 4 seconds while they just
okay,
wailed on us. That's why
okay, yeah,
if you sat at the back, you might have wasted like 2.5 seconds of that silence, and it would have just been less time for them to wail on you while you were doing nothing.
okay, interesting.
So
So
it's a consideration, but yeah, you've got to think, am I more likely to come up against that again, or like it's someone
yeah,
else with strategist, or am I more likely to come up against someone with a stun that I'd rather just run straight in and start
sure.
doing damage?
Which is the latter, right? All right, so I'm going here, right?
Yep, nice. And now I would just go for speed on your either speed on your Fury or your Noxious. Doesn't matter. They're
Okay,
both, yeah, you could sit down and work out the math, like what's going to give you more DPS, but I
yeah,
think, yeah, either or.
okay.
Nice.
Do I want to level up then? Maybe level him
Yeah,
up or hold it?
see if you can get some speed on Noxious.
There we go.
Nice. Because
Okay.
that precision shot has a really small cooldown, so you start dishing out a lot of damage with that sharp shot build.
So this the double bounty hunter here.
Yeah,
Now, is that I mean, what is that? Does that obviously doubles up with what you're doing with bounty hunter, right? I mean, what's
yeah.
the
So if you win now, you'll get 2 extra AP.
oh wow. Okay.
They just hit you with that positioning trick again, but
Yeah,
you
but
might still
I
win.
think we're strong enough.
Watch this haymaker. There we go. Yeah, you, you got him. Pretty close.
Decent battle, yeah. Okay.
So that battle would have looked completely different you would have smashed them if we positioned one
Yep.
grid back.
Yep.
Because that stun at the start, they got it off on you. They got way more damage into you before you could stun that front line. So
Mm-hmm.
it's but that's just a guess. Like you don't know if they're going to position like that or not. I would just
Sure.
be going for level ups now because you kind of got a pretty solid build. Try
Okay.
and get that to 150 speed.
I'm going here. I'm gonna. Oof. All right. I want power, right?
Yeah, power. The reason Lotus is so good is because you gain damage or healing from health, power, or speed. So
Okay.
there's not really like bad options. I go for power for Noxious here.
One more here.
Yeah,
There we go.
cool. So now you've got 145 speed on Fury. I wouldn't bother trying for another level up because
Yep.
even if you get speed, you're only going to get 5 from it. So it's not
Sure.
as good value. Yeah.
Okay.
So go for the Noxious level ups next.
Okay. Cool.
I'm surprised people are positioning that one grid back. It's such a good trick, but it's so hard to like combat. You just got to guess if someone's going to do it or not.
Yeah. We may be discovering a new meta real
Yeah,
time.
these are some strong builds. Well, you're coming up against Titans now.
Yeah, they're going, all right, this dude's winning way too much.
Yeah, they're trying to
Holy shit.
psych you out.
Wow. Bonesawed.
So you didn't heal or do anything because you were silenced for 6.5 seconds from this skill at the back.
Okay.
Such a strong skill.
Yeah. All
Maybe we
right.
do just put all the brawlers at the back line and just hope if we come up against that again.
But does that play into our speed
Nah,
still?
you'll still have your speed. Like that's
So
yeah,
do
that's
you want
fine.
to play it back maybe?
Yeah, give it a go. And you can put Noxious back one as well, and then drop them all back. One
Okay.
more grid.
Yeah, I mean that's three in a row that we've run into that, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's such a
Or
strong
two.
skill.
Yeah. All right. So I'm leveling up.
Yeah, go for it.
Go with power again here.
Yeah.
And where do I typically want to get this power?
Just as high as possible, really.
Okay.
So what you could be doing,
Yep.
go for power again.
Okay.
You could be shuffling and trying to get a bounty hunter, but what would happen is you'd get a bounty hunter to upgrade, and upgrading it all it does is give you 2 extra AP for a win, plus it's 32 power. So you'd be combining them to gain 2 power, and that's it.
Okay.
But then you've obviously got an extra slot to put something else. But
Sure.
for this round, that would just be a waste.
Yeah. Okay. So we got our speed there.
We've
All
got
right.
a solid build. I
Yeah.
can't believe some of these opponents.
Sure. Again, playing it hard.
Yep, it happens. So we got to hope that we get this stun off on Psych before he goes to your back line. And we didn't.
We got to
See how
take
we
him
go.
out though.
We might, yeah.
I think we're gonna be all right.
Wailing.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
he's
This
healed.
is gonna be close as hell. I think we
No,
got
you
him.
got it.
Peace. Nice.
That heal nearly threw the game. He nearly get max health off that.
Yeah. Dude, we're at 12. This is serious.
Oh, we're close. Yeah. It's just maxing that out for sure at this point.
There we go. Speed. And we
Yep.
still want one more.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
All right. I'd go for some shuffles because, like I was saying before, you've already got 150 speed. There we go. Perfect. Grab
So this
that
guy,
up.
right?
No, not that. This one here.
Oh,
You've got the
sorry.
upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. See that shiny object. All right,
We've made
cool.
it shiny.
It's like, dude, we've made it to 12 wins. Don't start doing weird shit now, you know?
Oh, we're close.
Oh,
I think we've got it.
yeah.
We've just got to. So you're kind of just praying at this point for the matchups that you get. Are we going to verse like a hard counter, or so here we go? It's kind of a similar build, very similar. We've got better speed though. Let's just see who gets the stun off. We do.
Wow.
I think they've got it. Unless this haymaker kills them
Damn.
all. Oh no. Shit.
Jeez. So we got 1 life left, dude. Woo.
We need 3 wins in a row.
Okay. It's doable.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to salvage this. Um,
We've got a shuffle, right?
we do. The barrier isn't. So this skill seems to have fallen off for us, especially if we're
Which one?
silenced. It does
Which one
nothing.
is that? Sorry.
This one over here, circled on the right, in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. Maybe we could try replacing that with upscale. Let's just go for some shuffles and see what we get. And we could also look for another haymaker in here because we honestly haven't been getting many of these heals off anyway. Although
There's our
maybe it's worth
heal.
trying to get the one
We
star
could
heal.
star that heal. You think
Yeah,
so?
could be worth. Yeah,
Because we do have some AP too.
yeah.
Come
Let's
on.
just try it.
No.
Hold up. So, because we're late game, what you could do, yeah,
Move him.
it's risky.
In
So
1 star though.
I'm trying to think of what would be the best option here. Um, let's just risk it. Sell barrier. Just yeah, get rid of it.
And you only get 3.
Yeah, it's a risky move, but let's see
Okay.
if we get
Move him
extra
in,
win out of
right?
it. Move
Move
him
this
in,
guy.
and now, yep, all your brawlers will get a small shield. Hit
Okay.
shuffle. Hope you get a skill over here. There we go. Now grab this. That worked perfectly. Buy that, and then swap these two skills because shield battery is only useful.
So I want here to this to here.
Yep, and then put that back up there. Yeah, so that this one that you just put in is useful in the battle. Shield battery is only useful in the prep phase here, where you're applying shields by spending AP.
Okay.
So
All right. So I'm battling here.
it's which do you reckon we should put our brawlers up further or sit them back? It's just a guess if you think we're going to come up against the silence or not.
Honestly, what happened the last 2 rounds when we started moving them back? It didn't pay off, right?
We haven't versed the silence since
I think we should go back to what we were winning with, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So she
Right at the front.
Yeah.
And then put the Fury just behind, and then the Noxious up 1.
So right here.
That just here.
Up here.
See that?
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because he wants that 5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's see how we go.
All right, let's do it. About a
We've
50,
taken a gamble.
You
See
think
how
we got
you
a
start with a
50-50
little
right here?
You start with a little shield now on all your brawlers. The blue shield. That's from the shield battery that we kind of went a bit risky there, but it's like adding an extra bit of health.
Oh, this is gonna be a battle. We got to get them early and quick, right?
They got a lot of health. These psyches with the shadow step really throwing us out.
Got to take him out. Okay, he took him out.
There we go.
Come on, get him.
This one.
Yes. Woo.
Nice.
Okay. That was a gamble that paid off.
Paid off, and then I think we run with that same strat. So we swap the shield battery, put the shield battery over here, swap it back in.
This guy out.
Yep. Don't sell it. Just put it back in your inventory. Yeah.
And then here.
Yep. And now shuffle just once. And now all you're doing, so hover over shield battery. Hold up, I just drew. Yeah, so when equipped, AP spent on the brawler will apply 25 shield to all allies for the next round. So if you just buy that explosive shot that you've got available down the bottom.
Okay.
over here, this one.
So, oh, sorry, buy this guy.
Yeah, buy that and then just sell it. All you're doing is basically spending 2 AP plus the shuffle to get shield on all your characters because of the shield battery. So just sell that. It's kind of
Sell
like
this now. Huh.
yeah,
It's an
it's
interesting
just a
play.
little shield battery trick.
Okay.
Shuffle and then just do the same thing until you run out of AP. Same same buy and sell. No,
Shuffle it.
no. On
Oh,
this
sorry.
explosive shot.
Right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then sell it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm shuffling again.
Yep. Do the exact same thing. Let's see what pops up. There we go.
Okay.
Grab this, but actually keep it.
So keep this guy.
Yep. And then
Move
grab the shock. Hold up. Grab the shock as well that you've got there. Yep.
right here.
Yep. And then sell it.
Sell this guy.
Yep. And now chuck your swap this back in. Put shield battery in your inventory and put upscale in. There we go. So you should start with, I don't know, 100 shield on each brawler, I think. Can't remember how many times we did that. But do you see what's happening? You're triggering shield battery every time you spend AP on that brawler
Wow. That's like,
when
yeah.
it's equipped.
All right. So I'm gonna go right into battle. Hope for the best.
Yep.
That's definitely a pro strategy right there.
It's a good one. It's really good for late game. So when you don't really have much to spend on other things. I mean, we could be degens and go for upgraded bounty hunter or an upgraded vitality, but because we're trying to salvage and not lose this last life, we just need to maximize what we've got for each battle.
Yeah. Come on. He's done.
Oh, it's going to come down to the last battle, isn't it?
Oh, we got him. It is. I love it.
Shit.
All right. I feel good about it.
All right.
Let's keep the positive
Let's do
energy
it.
going. I like it.
Let's do this. Let's do this shield battery thing again.
Okay. So
Seems to be working.
Shuffle it.
Hold up. Put the shield battery in so before you forget, because a lot of the times I'll forget that.
So take this right out
Yep.
and then
Chuck
swap
in inventory.
this.
Yep. So it only works when it's equipped. So when you've got it equipped in that slot, then you spend AP on that brawler. That's how it triggers those shields on all your other brawlers as well.
It's crazy.
So
all right,
hit the shuffle.
Yeah.
Now just grab that shield rush and then sell it. This one here.
So grab this.
Yep.
Yeah, and then sell it, right?
Sell.
Right.
And then shuffle. Oh, okay. So grab this shock here. Don't buy that yet. Grab this shock up the top and put it in your inventory. Now buy that shield battery. Put it
right
in there.
Here.
Yep. Okay. So now you've got 2 of them doing it. So shuffle. Perfect. Grab the shield battery.
Wow.
Nice.
Boom.
Now grab this as well.
Which one?
Yep, that one.
Okay, so I grab this, pull it up.
Just
right.
It doesn't matter where you put it there.
Okay.
That'll do. Okay. So sell that you just grabbed, the shield rush. Yeah.
Sell this guy.
Yep. Now put shock back in there and put your upscale back in. Swap that out.
Even though that's 1 star, perfect. It's not going to matter, right?
It does. It's only useful in the prep phase. So we've already used its utility, and now we're going into the battle. We need something that's actually useful in the battle, which is the flat health you get from upscale.
Okay.
So now hit battle.
So this is it right here.
Yeah.
It's the final boss.
This is the nail biter. See, look at all this shield. It's such a good strat. Love shield battery.
It's like a whole.
See, like your sharp shot at the back basically has double the health that he normally would. This looks rough.
Holy shit. He goes, this looks rough. Come on. Come on. Take him out quick.
Nice. I think we've
Let's
done it.
go. Take him out. Boom.
Nice.
1-5.
See,
baby.
you get it. Sometimes
1-5. That's awesome.
change that
dude.
strategy, salvage the game, and it works out.
That's crazy, man. That was a really amazing freaking tutorial right there, dude. You just gave some awesome advice. Yeah, I
got some great RNG there, and it worked out to show you like a bunch of different mechanics.
Holy goodness, that is next level. Where do you think it's best to be able to learn stuff like that? Is that just through playing the game? Or is there like literature where you can actually study these builds? You know,
I see this as it's so good for content creators that are like good at the game that I can just imagine so many YouTube videos, streamers just doing what I just did with you then, like just making tutorials on certain builds and how they work, and people will just be able to go to a YouTube channel and watch like a bunch of strategy videos and get better at the game. It's what I did with Super Auto Pets. Like I picked that game up and had no clue what I was doing. Went on YouTube, typed in like strong builds for beginners and just followed what someone was doing. So I see that being like a big factor for people picking up the game.
And I know that Pixel Vault, the team overall, your entire team is really keen on coming up with really interesting strategies to reward content creators, right? Within the reboot system too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. So there's the affiliate programs that are built into Reboot, so people will be able to send like a link to sign up to a game. Doesn't have to just be BattlePlan. Like when there's more games on Reboot, they'll send out a link to their fans, their community. People sign up and they get a kickback in rewards for people playing games.
Yeah,
who signed up through their affiliate link.
That's
and it's
huge.
just like all automated, decentralized way of doing it. I don't think that'll be part of launch, but it's definitely, or maybe level 1 affiliates will be, but there's also a level 2 affiliate program with different mechanics to it that I'm not too sure on. But yeah, there'll definitely be ways for content creators to benefit from getting their audience involved.
Sure. I love it, man. Well, dude, I freaking learned so much. I'm like still trying to absorb everything. I'm gonna be watching this over and over again. And dude, you've been a huge value add for my community within predominantly Wolf Game, but I'm trying to grow more out towards the overall Web3 space, and BattlePlan definitely has a space in it for sure. And super stoked, man, for the future and what this game brings, what Pixel Vault brings. The merge with Wolf Game, it's going to be tremendous. If everybody can just implore some patience, I think we're all going to make it out of here alive, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting. It's going to be awesome.
Control, where can people find you?
Just on Twitter, just at Control Shift IN. So CTRL Shift in.
Love it. Love the name too. Creative,
Thanks.
dude. All right, brother. What time is it in Australia?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow, you're like in the future, dude.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny too, so I might get out and touch some grass.
Yeah, it's important, man. We all should do that for sure.
Definitely.
All right, ladies and gents. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. And we'll definitely have to do this again.
For sure. Thanks so much for having me.
Cool. Thanks for getting me to 1-5, baby. 1-5.
No worries.
All right, brother.
Gotcha.
All right, man. Take care. Hey, everyone. What is up? It is Digital Optimist here. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on Beyond the Den. Quick favor to ask, hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, that's going to allow me to attract top-tier guests to provide you with the most value possible. Give me a follow over on X at Digital Optimist.